Hello traders, welcome to the live stream of Simply Forex. Good to see you all, guys. I am all yours for the next 45 minutes or so, maybe longer. Let's see how it goes. And yeah, your opportunity to ask me as many questions as you like. If you are a Simply Forex member, I will prioritize your questions. But other than that, guys, ask as many questions as you like. So firstly, we'll take a few questions from you guys. I'll show you a couple of trades that I'm looking at. Nothing has really set up for me today so far. And we've got some important news, guys, as well. Okay, and we'll also look at that CPI news from earlier. We had Euro CPI and we had Pound CPI. So we'll look at the reaction that has given us. Okay, let's have a quick look on the live chat, see who is in the house. So who we got in, guys? Song Love, hi, how are you? The best name in trading. Vuke, hi Tom, how you doing? I'm well, thank you, my friend. Can you look at New Zealand US dollar? I will indeed. Robin, hello. Colin, can we go through the H4 grey zones on Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar? Okay, we'll look at Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar shortly. All right, guys. Yeah, we'll look at all of those. And Pooh Poppy has kindly donated some money to the channel for a tip on the Euro Pound. You are more than welcome, Pooh Poppy. That was a lovely trade, the Euro Pound. And the news earlier just meant it went flying. So, yeah, thanks, Pooh Poppy. We appreciate it. Vuke, okay, he's bought in. Arthur, hi Arthur. Yummy X, some pound pairs if possible. Wesley, US dollar, Canadian dollar. Hi King Midas. I love this name. Everything turns to gold. You are gold. Sorry, must stop singing that. So, okay then, guys. So let's get started. I'm going to remove this. I don't need this anymore. Don't need to listen to my editor. If it all goes wrong, it all goes wrong. So, guys, let's look at that news from earlier, because that obviously impacted Euro Pound as well. So, the CPI data from earlier, guys, yeah, for the pound, it was all pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah, so CPI, as we know, guys, is an important inflation figure, okay? And pound, worse than expected, a lot worse than expected, all right? And then if we carry on down, yeah, we had Euro CPI, and that was all better than expected. Well, this was as expected, but generally, if we look at all of the CPI data, it was generally better than expected. So, you know, without being Sherlock Holmes, yeah, we can surmise that euro against the pound, the euro has got some strength, yeah, and the pound hasn't. All right, so let's go and look at that euro pound trade, because this was actually a trade idea from yesterday. And we entered it on the live stream. Yeah, we entered down here on yesterday's live stream. We entered here, put our stop below here, and look, you know, we took some profit, but hopefully, guys, you are still in this trade. That is the trade that keeps giving. But like I say, guys, it was a little bit news driven. So this is euro strength and, you know, pound weakness. Okay, guys. So, yeah, you know, beautiful trade, was spurred on by news, but happy days, Euro Pound. And thank you, Pooh Poppy. I love Song Love and Pooh Poppy. Those are the best names. And King Midas, we like this name as well. My name's just Tom. It's pretty boring. I apologize for that. Right, where were we then, guys? So, Colin, you are a member, so we'll look at your question first. Let's take a look at Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Good day, Greg. So it's a trade I'm looking at today, guys, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. So if we look at the day chart, yeah, and if you watch my morning analysis, guys, yeah, this had a structure break, Okay, so we was in a downtrend. We were thinking, okay, potentially we could come down to here. But, you know, the market doesn't always behave itself. Yeah, you probably know that by now. Yeah, and we come shooting up, breaking this high. All right, and we had this bullish candle breaking this high. It's also, you know, above the moving average 20. The idea was to come back up to this blue line here, this target of 10891. We could probably come up to the 10900 level. All right, so that was the idea. If we look at the H1, you know, this grey zone, we haven't hit our target, yeah, and this grey zone is a nice grey zone for me. If I just go to the left, you can see price in this grey zone has reacted many times. This is how I plot a grey zone. I'm just looking for historic price action to act within a zone. Yeah, simple as that, guys. All right, but I'm not interested in, you know, grey zones down here, you know, grey zones down here. I'm not interested in them, guys, because they don't impact my trade today. But I am interested in this grey zone here. So we have nicely come back into our grey zone. And pretty much, guys, what I'm looking for is a bullish H1 candle. Yeah, because we are with H1 structure. Yeah, and I'm just looking for a bullish candle. Once I get that, I will enter this trade. Yeah, and look to take price back up to here. I might take profit to here first. Yeah, maybe leave some profit to run. So that's the Aussie dollar New Zealand trade, and I like this. If it starts breaking this level, yeah, and these lows, I'm not interested in buying it. Yeah, not interested. Another thing with this pair, though, guys, is the H4. Look at that H4 candle. So obviously, this puts me off this trade somewhat. All right. It's not to say price couldn't come flying back up. It could. But, you know, that is quite a healthy rejection. You know, sellers have really pushed that down. So the only doubt I have with this trade, and I don't like any doubt when I enter a trade, is this H4 candle. All right. We'll see, you know, what this H4 candle does. It hasn't finished forming yet. We've got another 48 minutes. So yeah, we'll keep an eye out to see what this does, guys. But I like the level. I don't like this H4 candle. All right, so let's keep an eye on Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Before I look at any more of your questions, guys, I also forgot to show you the news. Yeah, because we've also got more news coming out later, guys. So we've looked at the Euro CPI and the Pound CPI and the impact that had on Euro Pound. But there's more. There is more news. But we've also got this, guys. We've got building permits. So this is a 3-star rating, which could really move, you know, any US dollar pair. And building permits, guys, is basically, you know, the authorities, the government issuing more building permits. Yeah, the more building permits they issue, this is healthy for the housing market. It means the economy, the housing economy is thriving. Yeah, more housing developments are being built, pretty much. So if that's better than expected, it's good for the economy. Worse than expected, it's bad for the economy. And we'll keep an eye on this one in 15 minutes. There is crude oil inventories later, but we would have finished by then, guys. All right, so somebody remind me in 16 minutes building permits. And we'll play our usual game, guys, where you have to guess by looking at a chart. You have to guess if the news was better or worse than expected. All right, so we'll look at that shortly. Right, what else are we looking at? So, Colin, we've done that. And then, Vuka, you wanted to look at New Zealand US dollar. Is that correct? Let me just find it. Okay, so let's take a look at a couple of the US dollar pairs. So we've got New Zealand US dollar and US dollar Canadian dollar. So let's start with New Zealand dollar US dollar. All right, let's start with the weekly chart, because I feel some of these US dollar pairs need a bigger picture view. Yeah, because they're so, you know, the US dollar, you know, it feels like a couple of weeks ago it had incredible strength. Now it has incredible weakness, and now it has a bit of strength back. Yeah, it's been quite volatile, really. But New Zealand US dollar, what are we looking at? So if we look on the weekly chart, all right, again, just follow structure. We are in an uptrend. Okay, we've got higher lows, higher highs. And if you're ever not sure about structure, guys, get one of these magic pens. Yeah, this is called Epic Pen. Epic Pen, I hope you give me some free stuff. No, I'm only joking. But Epic Pen, yeah, because if you're not sure, you can really highlight the structure like I do. Yeah, it illuminates the structure for you. So, you know, if we were looking at the structure, we're looking for buys, and it's at a nice area of support to potentially come higher. All right. So that's what we're seeing on the weekly chart. If we drop down to the day chart now, again, guys, I'm just looking at the same things. I'm looking at structure. I'm in terms of trend. I'm looking at support and resistance levels, and I'm looking at candlesticks. Yeah. I'm also looking for value. All right. And if you think of New Zealand US dollar, you know, this area here was the last high. Yeah. And we see this pattern time and time again. What was once resistance, yeah, acted as resistance. When it breaks and comes back down, it then becomes support. Okay, so this could potentially be a nice area and a nice value area to buy New Zealand US dollar. Yeah, potentially back up to here. So what are we seeing? Let's look at the H4 to see what kind of reaction we're getting. Okay, so yeah, you can see, you know, we could even, looking at the H4, we could even push this down a little bit, because why did I do that? Because I want to include all of this price action. Okay, yeah, I want to include all of that price reaction because it could react at any of them. All right, so we are at a nice level potentially for a long, but you know, everything's in a downtrend. Yeah, I'm assuming H1 is in a downtrend as well, but H4 is in a downtrend. If we now drop down to H1, also in a downtrend. Yeah. Okay. It potentially broke up here, but then it broke back down. So now we're at this interesting level. You know, what do I want to see? I want to see a break in structure. I'm not interested in just buying here. Yeah, because the market hasn't told me that it's ready. Yeah, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for price to come down. Yeah, potentially do this, and then we get a break. Yeah, you can see this level through here is becoming an important level for the H1. And then I just want to see a break of that level. Yeah, so then we get higher highs. Yeah, higher lows. Something that the moving average 20 comes round as well. Yeah, and we can start using that as a bounce off as well. All right, guys. So that's what I'm seeing on New Zealand US dollar. I would potentially be looking for buys down here if we get this break. Okay, let's have a look. So Wesley, US dollar, Canadian dollar as well. All right, let's take a look at US dollar, Canadian dollar. US dollar, Canadian dollar is sort of bucking the trend, really. Let's take a quick look, because here, you know, we're seeing quite a bit of US dollar strength. Okay. Let me show you on the US dollar. I am liking US dollar, Canadian dollar shorts. All right. Let's start with the weekly chart. So we are in a downtrend. Okay. This is an old. No, it's not. Right. We're in a downtrend, guys. Yeah. Ever since we broke these lows, we're in a downtrend. Okay, and my old target was down here. Maybe it will still get hit. Okay, so weekly in a downtrend. We don't necessarily like this wick. Yeah, but then we also have this wick here. So, you know, a bit of conflict there. If we now drop down to the day chart, and this is what I do, guys, I just want to get more and more information. Every time frame gives me more information. All right. So US dollar, Canadian dollar, what are we seeing? So again, get your magic pen out. You've got to be careful where you say that. Yeah, get your magic pen out and, you know, show the structure. So at this point, we was in an uptrend, but then price has come crashing down. We are in a downtrend because it has broken these lows. All right. And again, what was once support now has become resistance. We see this, if you only traded this pattern, you would do well in the markets. Yeah, if you only traded that pattern, what was once support becomes resistance or vice versa. What was once resistance becomes support. Yeah, it's a beautiful pattern. We see it time and time again. And we've had this super bearish candle form. Yeah, so, you know, and the moving average 20. There's lots of reasons to like this trade. We could potentially take price back down to these lows. Okay, this is potentially what we could see, what we could do. If we drop down to the H4, yeah, you can see why I've got this alarm in, because, you know, we are in an uptrend on the H4, all right? But it hasn't broken these highs and it's come down and it hasn't broken these lows. So, you know, potentially a bit of a range we find ourselves. But, you know, if we break these lows, yeah, hence why my alarm is there. Those dotted lines is my alarm. Yeah. You know, if we break these lows, then potentially we can carry on this downward momentum. I like this trade for shorts, even if it doesn't break that. If we go down to the H1 now, yeah, because H1 is still just about in a downtrend. Okay, so we was in an uptrend, and then bang, we're in a downtrend now. So it was in an uptrend, we're now in a downtrend. So there's this level through here. Let's do it with a gray zone, guys. You can see there's a little level through here now that's developed. Okay, if I take this to the left, yeah, you can see that price has reacted here, 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 and here. All right, so we could wait for a break of these lows, retest, come lower, or we could be more aggressive. And, you know, if this candle finishes very bullish, we could potentially start shorting US dollar, Canadian dollar from here. Put our stop above here, take it lower. All right. So, yeah, that's New Zealand dollar and US dollar, Canadian dollar. Right, guys, my magic pen is always out. Good. Father sunglasses, can we look at US dollar, Japanese yen? Yeah, we can. We shall certainly do that, guys. Before I do, if I could just ask everyone, if you're new to the channel, if I could ask you to subscribe to the channel right now. All right, and hit that notification button. And also, guys, if you're enjoying my live stream, enjoying my analysis, if you could please smash the like button right now. It takes 1 second. I'm going to have a drink while you do that. That's better. I do a lot of talking these days. Trading's quite a lonely pursuit. I've gone from no talking to talking my arse off every day, basically. Yeah, and also, guys, let me just mention a few cool things that we do on the channel. So if you are new to the channel, guys, we've got a free Discord channel. Okay, so it's free. We've got traders on there sharing ideas, trade ideas, knowledge. We've got indicators. We've got useful links, loads of cool things. So we've got the free Discord channel. We've also got the VIP Discord channel. Yeah, you do have to pay for this service, but you get access to me throughout the trading day. You can ask me questions throughout the trading day. I give you my trade ideas as and when they happen, as do 2 other expert traders. They give you their ideas. We also do a mentorship program where I coach you one-on-one. Okay, so you need to drop us an email and we'll send you all the information. All the information for all of these things is in the video description, guys. All right, so check out the video description. We also do Simply Forex membership. So you can see the people in green, they are all members. Yeah, so you can show your support for the channel. You get some cool perks as becoming a member, and it starts at like under $2 a month or something. Yeah, so they're all the cool things we do, guys. Check them out. All of these things are in the video description. Right, what else are we looking at? So, Father Sunglasses, you were part of the catalyst for finding the euro pound trade yesterday. Yeah, we looked at that together and it was a trade and it was a great trade. But let's look at US dollar yen. So, let's look at that. Let's look at the weekly chart because this is a, excuse me, it's the vodka. This is a swing trade. All right, you can see this area here. I know I've done this in the daily analysis, but just a quick recap. Yeah, this level here is a nice level for potential high buys up to here or even here. All right. If we look at the day chart as well, you can see that, you know, it was sellers, got to this level, buyers. So just by looking at the candlesticks, it tells us that buyers are taking control of the market, and this is therefore, you know, it justifies this as support. Yeah, because support, you should find buyers, and resistance, you should find sellers. Yeah, if you don't, then your support and resistance probably isn't correct. So yeah, like I said, guys, we're looking for a bit of a swing trade. You know, this would probably be a first target, and then if not, back up to here. All right, and there's more. On the H4, we have also broken out of the grey zone. I have been prattling on about this grey zone all week. Yeah, and because of these highs, these are the H4 highs. It never broke it, but literally the last H4 candle broke these highs. So I am dying to get into this trade long. Okay. So yeah, but what do I want to see? I would like to see a bit of a retrace, and potentially we're going to get one. Yeah. So if we drop down to the H1 chart, I've got this area here. Yeah, again, I just put these alarms in. You see these dotted lines, guys? I just put these alarms in, so I can go off and drink vodka, you know, all day. I'm only joking. But, you know, I put these alarms in because I don't want to stare at the screen all day. Yeah, I suggest you do the same. If you stare at your screen all day, chances are you will make mistakes. You will jump into something that's not there. You will want to trade. Yeah, so do something else. Yeah, pick up a book, watch a series, whatever, play football. I don't know, whatever you want to do. But yeah, my alarm's in here. I really like this level because we've got the moving average 20 and we've got this grey support zone. So this or anywhere in here could potentially be a great place to buy US dollar, Japanese yen. And again, as soon as I do, guys, I will put my trade idea on the VIP Discord channel. So That's what I'm looking for. Father Sunglasses, the most unusual name of all of our Discord members. Yeah, I'm just looking for a bit of value. Retrace down to here, but I won't just buy here. I need to see a bullish reaction. Yeah, you know, if I get something, I don't know, a candle like this. Yeah, that would do. Candle like this. Yeah, obviously a candle like this. Yeah, I'm just looking for a bullish candle. And you do have to compare the candle to the previous candle. All right. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking for, guys. US dollar, Japanese yen, we're looking for longs. Right, the news has come out. Nobody told me. I lie. Robin told me. Wesley told me. So we're going to play the guess the news game. All right. So looking at US dollar yen. This is US dollar strength. Let's have a look at pound, any of them. Let's look at pound US dollar. That is not really moving. Let's look at euro US dollar. That is saying US dollar strength. Okay, so I'm going to predict the news. Yeah, as if by magic. All right, and then let's look at US dollar, Canadian dollar. Okay, US dollar strength. So I'm going to predict the building permits were better than expected. Let's have a look. I could end up with egg on my face. I have ended up with egg on my face. It's worse than expected. Yeah. But again, this is another reason why we don't trade the news, guys. Yeah. This is worse than expected. Yeah. We highlighted this news earlier. This is worse than expected. Yet, I know it's only early days, but yet the initial reaction is US dollar strength. Yeah. And that's why we don't trade the news, guys. Unless you know how to trade the news, you know, please let me know. But I just don't trade the news. I'm purely a technical trader, guys. The news, obviously, I need to be aware of the news and when it's coming out. I don't want to be caught out in a trade. But, you know, you get worse than expected data and it gives the US dollar strength. Yeah, let's look at another one. Let's look at Aussie dollar, US dollar. Okay, this is more of a muted reaction. Yeah, not really much happening. Let's take another quick look at euro, US dollar. But yeah, look, you know, look at that. It's just US dollar strength on the back of bad news. All right, but again, wait for the dust to settle with news. We've only got half an hour before this. You know, if you're trading euro, one of the US dollar pairs, wait for the candle to finish. All right. And also, guys, another big thing is, you know, if news was worse than it is only building permits. It's not one of the big ones on the calendar. But if news is worse than expected, like in this example, but the US dollar is still finding strength and ignoring the news, something's not right. Okay, be aware of that. If price action on the charts starts ignoring the news, something's not right. You know, that the technicals are winning, or, you know, that the news is being ignored. Yeah, that's a bit of a red flag, guys. All right, maybe stay out of the market, wait for things to settle. Okay, so we can come and look at this a bit later, guys. Yes, Robin, negative news for the dollar. And because of this reaction, I guessed better news for the dollar. Yeah. Doesn't figure. Welcome to Trading the News. Shushma, nice to meet you again. Hi, Shushma. Where have you been? Good to see you back. Shushma, what was your idea on Euro Canadian dollar? Okay, let's take a quick look at Euro Canadian dollar, guys. We're on Euro Canadian dollar. That was handy. So, weekly chart. Yeah, weekly chart. We still, I think, have a little bit of room, you know, but having said that, if you follow the magic pen, get your magic pen out. All right. We are still really in a downtrend. We've got lower lows, yeah, and where, you know, will we get a new lower high to come lower? So that's what I'm seeing in terms of structure, but this super bullish weekly candle would lead me to believe we could take price back up to at least here. Yeah, back up to these highs. All right. If we look now at the day chart, let me get a quick drink. While I have a quick drink, guys, can everyone smash the like button? Likey, likey. But yeah, you know, look, I mean, look, that is a super bearish candle. That candle has got retrace written all over it. Yeah. But, you know, I rarely go against daily trend. Yeah. I just want to put the odds in my favor. So if you want to put the odds in your favor, trade with the day trend. You know, if you're scalping on the 1 minute chart, probably not that important. But for me, where I normally enter on the H1 chart, yeah, the day chart is my guiding light. Yeah, it's my compass. Yeah, whatever the day chart says, I do. And the day chart, you know, as you can see, is in a violently strong uptrend. All right. And even if this candle, which is crying out for a retrace, I still won't look to take that trade. Yeah, I won't take that retrace. What I will do is wait for price to potentially come down to a nice area like this area here. And, you know, we get a bit of a bullish reaction, and then I'm interested. Okay, because we're at this point, I'm going with trend. Okay. But if you said, Tom, you have to trade this today, otherwise we will poison you with arsenic, then I would have to short this. Yeah, I think there's room to the downside. Let's try and follow that up with more data. And by more data, I mean, let's look at another time frame. All right, so we've got this low here, but it's holding. Yeah, that low has held. All right. So now, so on the daily, you know, my idea, if I had to trade it, was to short it. But now looking on the H4, if I had to trade it, otherwise you would put rat poison in my porridge, then I would buy it back up to here. So basically what that is telling me is stay out. Yeah, I'm getting mixed messages, so stay out of the market. I potentially like this trade because this is with trend. All right. But, do you want to buy that candle? Answers on a postcode, and on your post on a postcard, and on that postcard it should say, no, Tom, I don't want to buy that. Yeah, it's you know, don't buy candles like that. Okay, so what do I want to see? Potentially, you know, if we get a breakdown of this level, yeah, if we get a breakdown of this level, then potentially, you know, we could trade from here back down to this level, for example. But again, that is against trend. Let's look at the H1 to see if H1 actually broke this level. This will be interesting. So yeah, there you go, guys. H1 broke that level. That would have caught a lot of people out. Yeah, that is what's known as a fake out. Yeah, it breaks the lows. Yeah, but there's no momentum. Yeah, when you have a break, guys, like this. All right, let's have a quick look at this. All right, so you're trading the H1, yeah, and you've seen that big red daily candle. Yeah, you see this candle, you're thinking, right, Tom, I've got a trade here. I'm going to sell this. Yeah, I'm a genius. All right. Firstly, you're against trend. That's probably the first problem. Yeah. And secondly, guys, you know, with a breakout, they're difficult to trade because for a breakout, I need to see the bottom of this candle pretty much break the next candle that appears. I need it to close lower than this low. Yeah, because a breakout needs momentum. Yeah, you know, if you broke out of jail, maybe some of you have, I don't know. I'm only joking. But if you broke out of jail, you're not going to break out of jail and then just stop and go, you know, you're not going to stop. You are going to continue with a large amount of momentum. Yeah, think of it as a jailbreak. Yeah, a breakout. So when you break out of jail, you need momentum. Yeah, you're going to run your ass off. Okay, so yeah, we need to break these lows. If we play this along now, let's do it at speed 1. Okay, so, you know, we just haven't had a breakout. Yeah, I would potentially let this H1 candle finish and, you know, maybe just close the trade here. It didn't break out. It still might come down. I'm not saying that. But for a breakout, I need momentum. I need instant momentum. If I don't get it, cut the trade. And let's play it along and see where we are now. Okay, and this is where we are now. All right, so that was interesting. Bit of a breakout trade. Yeah, you need momentum with a breakout. I'm still holding the long position. Okay, Shushma, so this area here is quite a key level for you. Okay, if that starts breaking, I think there's some room to the downside. If it holds, comes back up, your trade is good. Right, what else are we looking at? Euro has been strong for the past few weeks, so short would be risky. Robin, I hear you, but I'm going to say something now, right? So I don't care what the euro did last week. Yeah, I am an intraday trader. Yeah, I can be in a trade for a couple of hours or even a couple of days. Yeah, sometimes it does take a few hours for my trades to come to take profit. But, you know, and I understand where you're coming from, Robin, but what euro did last week or even 3 days ago, I really don't care. Yeah, that is just noise. You know, sometimes when I read these articles, it's like dollar weakness, you know, is happening, you know, and I'm just like, I don't care. You know, it's not how I trade. I trade technicals. All right. So I will trade the euro, any euro pair, according to what the chart tells me. Yeah, not what happened a couple of days ago, not what happened last week. The euro could have had strength last week, and the euro could drop like a stone in the next 10 seconds. Yeah, so I do not base any of my decisions on historic data, even data a day ago. Yeah, I'm interested in now and my setups and what my setups tell me. The rest is just noise. Yeah, I know some of you have probably signed up to these newsletters that you get. You know, they're like, oh, euro is showing strength because of the, inflation and the pound, and they have to keep increasing interest rates in the UK. Therefore, the pound will increase. Okay, but, you know, that's more of a swing position or a position trader. I'm an intraday trader. I care about what the pound is doing now. All right. So try not to get, unless you are a swing trader or a position trader, try not to get caught up with all the noise. Yeah. It will change tomorrow. And all these so-called analysts that you sign up for these newsletters, they change their tune the next day Yeah, they're like, oh, you know, pound strength. The next day, pound drops off a cliff. They're like, oh, pound weakness. You know, anyone can do that. Yeah, so all noise for me. Right, what else are we looking at? Okay, so let's have a look. King Midas, everything he touches turns to gold. Let's look at Swiss franc, Japanese yen. This was all, before I even look at it, I've already done my analysis on this pair. I was thinking about buying this. All right, but let's take a look. So what are we looking at? If we look at the day chart, guys. All right. Because why was I looking to buy this? Because if we look at the day chart, yeah, this candle here only just, but had broken this high of this previous candle and these highs. So it was a continuation of trend. Yeah, you can see that it just about broke, or maybe it didn't. Okay, that may depend from broker to broker if that broke or not. But anyway, I was looking at buying this pair because of this bullish candle. Okay, we had like doji because we wasn't sure about these last highs, and then bang, we had a bullish candle. So it was potentially a buy trade for me. And, you know, on the day chart, you know, we're not millions of miles away from the moving average 20. This is not overbought. If we look at the weekly chart, however, you know, that is quite overbought. Yeah. If you bought up an RSI indicator, that would be over 70. So just this overboughtness on the weekly chart was putting me off. Okay. But in terms of the day chart, it looks like a good trade. So I was looking to potentially long this. Yeah. But I needed really good value, to be honest. You know, I needed a real, you know, before it started shooting off, I needed a real nice pullback, you know, potentially back down to here, you know, and then we start entering this trade. Whereas this just flew off. And my, you know, the day chart is telling me to buy this pair, but I don't want to keep buying that. There's no value anymore. If it retraces, you know, there's a bit of a zone through here. Yeah, these last highs. If price retraced back into here, we've got the moving average 20 catching up, then okay, potentially I could buy Swiss franc yen. But as it is now, just no value. No value, no trade for me. But my bias is to buy it. Wait for a pullback, then we can see. All right, guys. So, speaking from experience, yes, what with the noise, yeah. There's so much noise when you trade. Yeah. I used to have Bloomberg on the TV or CNBC and just noise. Yeah. Or a newsletter you get through to your email that you signed up for. Noise. Yeah. Even when I listen to other people's trade ideas. Yeah. Noise. Yeah. I just want to trade my system, trade my setups like an emotionless robot. Okay. So yeah, there you go, guys. Too much chatter clouds my mind. Exactly. I couldn't have put it better. Right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you're enjoying my analysis, then please smash the like button right now. Everyone do that, please. And if you're new to the channel, why not come join us? Come and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, come join us. We would love to have you. And also, guys, don't forget everything I mentioned earlier. We've got the free Discord channel. We've got the VIP Discord channel. We've got mentorship program. We've got the Simply Forex YouTube membership. All the information for all of those things are in the video description. All right, guys, we're going to call it a day. Thanks for all your questions. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you again this time tomorrow.